All right, in this video, we're going to go over using the laser machine to engrave and cut a project. So on the desktop of the machine, it says Engrave Lab. This comes with the machine. The machine is made by Epilogue. It should start off asking you basically your plate size or project size. So say I want to do an earring, inch and a half, inch and a half. You want to do a coaster, maybe 4 or 5 inches. You want to do something on your cell phone case or on your wallet, whatever it is, kind of measure and get an idea and then type it in here for your length and width. When you hit OK, you can see right up here that the ruler says 1.5 and down here it says 1.5. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. And so now let's get some image you want to engrave. Engraving, you want to burn the surface of it. So let's say if I go here and I search for volleyball, I'm going to make some volleyball earrings, for example. You could get a Ferrari, you could get a Mustang, whatever you want to get. I just recommend that you go to Tools and search for line drawing. It'll make it a little bit easier. Don't forget, too, that when you have your image, do not hit Save Link As. That's not what you want. You want to hit Save Image As, and be sure when you save that you don't get rid of this .jpg. You keep that. So maybe give it a shorter name, like a shorter name, and one that makes sense to you. And it's going to go to the Downloads folder, which is fine. So I'll save it. Okay, so now we're done with that. Then in Engrave Lab, to bring stuff in, you go File, Import. File, Import. Where is it at? Well, it's in my downloads, which is there. If you don't see the downloads, you could click this PC and you could access it this way. Or your H drive is here. So here it is. So I can left click, or I can hold my mouse and keep it within this area. And it looks good. You can use your arrow keys to move the image. So you don't want to go outside of the black line with your design. But right here, like, the volleyball is going over that black line, but that's okay because I don't want to have this anyways. So that's how you bring an image in. But really, we want to have it cut too. We want to have it cut this thing out. So on here it says shape tools, not to be confused with weld tools right here. So shape tools, let's say I want to do a circle. Here's a circle, and I could just hold down my left mouse button. Now, right now, the show fill is on. So this view menu here, we want to have the show fill be off because this is not what we want. So more on that later or another video. But we can move this, and we can make it bigger. So we can use the arrow keys on the keyboard to get it how we want. So you got some basic shape tools there. Let's say if you want to have a hole in this because you want to have it be an earring, for example. I could put a little hole somewhere like this. All right, so before I go on further, I really want to have my project be not be called Untitled 1, because that's a default name, and then you don't know if you're printing yours or the person before you. So I always recommend going File and Save As, and type in your initials or a design name, but something kind of less than 8 characters. So I'll call it JKB1. So now, let's say you like your design and you're ready. So the computer is going to cut out, or it has the ability to cut out thin lines like this, and lines that are not thin like this, it can engrave them or burn into your material like wood. So next step is to go probably File, Save, and we're going to go File, Print. So here's our printer. Think of the laser machine as a printer. And I'm going to click Setup. So raster means engrave. Vector means cut. Combine means to do both of these things in one operation. So if you're only going to do raster, I would say start with 100% power and about 50% speed. If it's not deep enough, you would just lower this down. The lower, or the more you slow down speed, the deeper it'll engrave. For vector, if you're using the wood we have, that 1/8 inch kind of birch plywood, we found 100% power in 35, 36, 37, 38 speed works pretty darn well. But we want to do both here, so we're going to do combined. So it's going to do the raster operations first, and then it's going to come around and do the cutting, which is vector second. The frequency is automatic. It's usually not always required, but good idea to, like the biggest our bed is 16, and it's 11 vertical. Center engraving means that if this box is checked, wherever the red pointer dot is, half your project's going to go to the right, half to the left, half up, half down. It's really useful if you're doing like a cell phone case or a wallet and you want to just have that red dot. If this is not checked, it's going to basically do the upper left corner is where it's going to start, and it's going to go to the right and down. So this is not checked. So that means that if I hit OK now, my JKB1 file now should be on the laser machine.